Cake Nisa! I feel like Oprah. Let me just calm down and do it how I normally do. Hey Cake Nisas, it's Marisha. It's been like a hot minute. You guys are like literally writing me like, girl, when are you gonna upload? So I have a good explanation. Basically, I started working at a hotel as a chef, and now I'm in that mode where I'm trying to balance my YouTube channel with me working, and that's horrible because this is like me. This is all me. So this is my #1 priority. It has to be. As much as I don't like the heat, I do love making summer cakes for you guys, and I have so much of that in store. So we're gonna welcome this summer with my first summer video. I'm gonna make cheeseburger cupcakes. I am going to take a jumbo cupcake, split it in half. That's gonna be my bun, and then I'm gonna make a chocolate rice crispy treat as my burger patty, and it's gonna be stinking delicious. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. These are the fondant colors that I'm gonna be using to make my cheeseburgers. We're gonna start off with our tomatoes. I'm gonna roll out some red fondant and then use an actual seasoning cap as my circle cutter. When you don't have the cutter that you want, just go around your house, clean what you find. Hopefully it's food grade, and use that. So next, after I cut those out, I'm going to use a smaller circle cutter and make an indent of a circle within that circle. And then I'm going to use a fondant tool to indent the triangles that you see on a tomato slice within my circle. Next, I'm going to make some little yellow tomato seeds with yellow fondant, and I'm going to place them inside each triangle. Then I'm going to cut each slice in half, and those are my tomato slices. Next, we're going to move on to the lettuce. I have some light green fondant that I'm going to roll out. I'm going to use a circle cutter to cut out a few rounds of lettuce, and then I'm going to roll it out really thin. I kind of want it to be one notch above paper thin. We're going to frill the edges. When you're done with that, you can place it on some crumpled up foil so that it can dry with a little bit of texture and frilliness to it. And there's my lettuce, crisp and delicious. Now we're going to move on to the pickles. I just rolled some darker, just a little bit darker than the lettuce, fondant out, and I used a circle cutter to cut out some fondant rounds. Then I'm going to make some indents around the edge and then shape my pickles into a more triangular shape, but still keeping that round. And that's pretty much it. That's your pickle. The cheese is definitely going to be the easiest part of this whole process. You're just rolling out some yellow fondant and then using a square cutter, or you can actually just cut it with a knife. And you're going to cut out a few fondant squares, and that's your cheese. We're going to set all of those fondant pieces aside for now and move on to my favorite part, the burgers. I have here a handful of jumbo marshmallows that I melted down along with some butter. And I'm going to add to that about 2 cups of Rice Krispie cereal and about a ½ cup of cocoa powder. We're going to mix all of that together, and then you can use your hands, make sure that they are greased up, or that you have gloves on and they're still greased up, and you're going to shape burger patties. Now you do want these to be somewhat on the thin side because we're going to dip them in chocolate, which is going to make them a little bit bigger. So here's my melted chocolate. I added some coconut oil to this also to thin it out just a little bit, just enough so that when I dip my Rice Krispie treat in there, it will just slide right off and make a very thin coat of chocolate to where I can see all of that texture from the Rice Krispie. If you don't want to use coconut oil, just use vegetable oil. Just about a couple of tablespoons starting off until it gets to be the thin consistency that you need it. Let those dry for at least an hour or 2 in the refrigerator, and then you are ready to move on to your cupcakes. These are my jumbo cupcakes, and I'm just going to cut the tops off, cut the domes off a little bit. Then I'm going to slice them in half. Next, I'm going to give them a little bit of a crumb coat, which can definitely be a little bit difficult because these are so small. But if you can work with it, don't mind the mess that you're going to make in the process and just be a little bit patient, then it will definitely pay off. I'm going to roll out some tan colored fondant, and then I'm going to place my buns onto the fondant, just cut out enough to where I can actually wrap the entire top of the bun in with the fondant. Go ahead and trim your edges. Then when you're done that, you can finally build your burger. I like to go lettuce, and then my burger, and then my cheese, and then my tomato. This is real life, by the way. And then pickles. I don't generally do pickles. I'm not a pickle girl. I'm not even really a tomato girl. But, you know, when it's warmed up nicely with the burger, it works. It makes sense. So then I use some red frosting, of course, from my ketchup. You can also use yellow frosting for mustard. And that's all you're basically gonna do, you guys. We're building burgers. Now, I wanted sesame seeds. I didn't feel like making a whole thing of fondant just for some sesame seeds, but I did have plenty of marshmallows, so I picked little teeny pieces of marshmallows and placed them onto my bun. I do want some French fries, and I always have some type of leftover cake scraps in my freezer, so I just cut them into French fry shapes and put them right onto the plate. Nothing more, nothing less, because we just did all this work making these burgers. I'm honestly done with the hard work part. They get some ketchup on them as well, and then your burgers are done and ready to eat. Now let me tell you, if I was doing this over, I would make some of my burger patties a little bit thinner, because if you watch Good Burger and you know the difference between the Good Burger and then the Mondo Burger, mine kind of look like the Mondo Burger, some of them. It's completely up to you. Just have fun and enjoy your summertime snack. Couture and cheeseburger cupcakes and a side of fries. Bye, guys. Realistically, I can probably only take the bottom bun and a little bit of the patty. See, and I just got poked by the lettuce. I'm gonna take this bun off. Wow, okay, now that's actually pretty cool. And then I'm gonna just eat it like that. You wanna see me attempt a big bite? Alright, I'm about to make your dreams come true. Here we go. Why am I doing this? That's a good time. That's a good time. My chocolate cupcake recipe is so moist and delicious. And if you haven't tried it, please try it, because it's really, really to die for. If you would like to follow me on my social media in between the videos just to see what in the world I'm actually up to, you can do so by checking down below, or maybe I'll put it somewhere on the screen. I'm gonna put it on my face. Okay, look on my face. I will see you guys next time. Bye.